Hey. Welcome to That Shit Was Poetic. I'm your host, Nikki. If this is your first time listening, welcome. Here on this podcast, you'll hear me talk about many things. Some of the things that I talk about are poetry, music, art, love and relationships, life. You'll get a bunch of different things and topics from me. So enjoy and welcome to That Shit Was Poetic. So I'm back on another Friday. Hope you all had a good week. It's Friday. And guess what? The good thing about this Friday is, yes, you get to catch this vibe with me. Catch this vibe Fridays. That's what's up. Hey. Did you know the Anchor app was free? If you were thinking about recording a podcast, if it's something that you love talking about, your favorite hobby, download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. They distribute to Spotify, Apple, and many more. And you don't even have to do it. They do it all for you. You also can get paid from having a podcast. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. You can edit your podcast on your cell phone on the go. It's that easy. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So I got a special guest, Kendra Crump, on the air. She's funny as hell from Atlanta, Georgia. Follow her podcast, The Kendra Crump Show, on all streaming services. I'm telling you, she's funny, she's cool, she's dope, she's raw. And gentlemen, she's single. So hit her up, hit her DM up. We got a dope ass conversation coming up for you. This is kind of different for That Shit Was Poetic. Like, I've never had a comedian on my show before. So this is something new for you all to listen to. So stay tuned. All right, so how you feeling today, honey?
Hey, everything is everything. I was watching a couple of uncensored from on TV One and whatnot, uncensored. So I was watching a couple of uncensored. So I had watched Fantasia. I used to be obsessed with Fantasia. Then I was in the middle of watching Young Jeezy, and I'm like, wow, his growth is beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful. He fine too now. I'm like, go ahead, Jenny.
Oh yeah, he done leveled up.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it real with you. I thought he was gonna be ugly the rest of his life. You know how you be seeing some people like in their 20s, like, bro, you ain't never gonna like be attractive, right? And then somehow and when they hit their 40s, it's like, whoa.
But Jeezy was always fine to me.
He was never attractive to me. I just thought I thought he had like an egghead type. He was never attractive to me, to keep it real.
But you know what? Now that he's married to what's her name?
Jeannie Jenkins. That's style. Her. JJ.
Mm-hmm. She got some style though.
I always thought she was pretty too. Like, about her, like she always gave me like that. Or she, was always invited to the cookout type of thing. Like she always was that. I don't know. Like she just always had some soul in her or something.
Yeah, she did. I kind of liked her though.
Mm-hmm. I do. I
liked her as an individual. I don't know if I necessarily like them as a couple. So
do tell.
I know.
Do tell.
I don't know. It's just something about them. I don't know if I like them as a couple. I don't have a reason.
Who do you think that he should be with then? Instead,
I like black couples. I ain't gonna front. I like black couples. I do.
Is it because of like how you were raised more so? Like what would you say it like, or you just feel like it looks better?
I can't say that I was raised that way because my dad is married to a white woman.
Okay. All right.
It's just that I like to see my black men married to Black women. That's
Mm-hmm.
just my personal opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel if it's genuine love, I'm not gonna discriminate.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that it's not genuine love. So
Mm-hmm.
I just say I I would like to see my black men with black women. You know what
Speak
I'm
on it.
saying? You know, that's just how
That
I
that's
feel.
that's like a poem right there. Let me make it a haiku. Let me make it a haiku.
You crazy.
The roses are black. I walk the dog. Black men marry black women. There it is. Yes. I need a snap. I need a snap.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, that shit was poetic. All right. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Kendra Crump on the air today.
Yes.
She's my guest
Yes.
today.
Yes.
Introducing Kendra Crump. She gonna make me laugh today. I can already feel it.
I hope so, man. I didn't make. Let me tell y'all what happened earlier today. Okay. So.
Well, we ain't gonna start with the trying to get on.
Oh no. Like no. Forget that. Let me tell you what happened earlier. I'm glad I made somebody laugh. Because I'm like people who I make laugh, y'all get the draws. Well, some of y'all, because some of y'all sexual harassment. You try if I'm making you laugh, you try and want this. No, you no. But if you look decent, you get the draws. Okay, so let me tell you what happened. And literally, it's just draws you
Not
get.
get the draws.
It's like literally that's it. I got Victoria's Secret underwear on right now, and I feel a string, kind of like a little baby string coming up, and I'm
not,
like, bro, no, this is Vicky's Secret. It's supposed to last 72 years.
not 72.
That's how I am. No, you know what I really wish? I wish clothing could last. Like, let's say you paid like $6 for it, should last 6 years. Like, I feel like it should be like that.
I don't like their panties though. I like their bras. I love their bras. Now I'm a fan of their bras, but they
Really.
panties. Uh, eh.
Have you thought about modeling for Victoria's Secret?
No, but I do love lingerie. I
Okay.
do love lingerie. I do.
Now the lingerie that you like, do you like the lingerie that makes you look like a transformer trying to get it all off, or the person trying to get it all off? What type of lingerie do you like?
I do. I'm a
Okay,
transformer.
so basically by the time it's over,
Yeah.
they already asleep.
Yeah, but you know what? It depends on the person though. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely depends on the person. I guess you gotta see what kind of person you have, because if that person, you gotta weigh your options,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and you
mm-hmm,
gonna tell that by, I guess, the first couple times y'all gonna be together,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and how they looking. Like if they looking like, hey, bitch, what the fuck you got on? You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? Then you gonna know how to dress for them. So
mm.
that's just how
Wow,
I
that
figured
that's,
out.
is that like okay? Because all right, I'm not gonna assume. I never assume because it makes an ass out of you and me. I felt like you was like a whole like pure virgin out here in these streets. I had to have somebody that like was on with
I'm
me.
not a virgin.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you gave me like virginal vibes
I
in a
do
way,
have
like
a
very.
son.
It's called well, my mom adopted me. She said she's a virgin still. So I figured the way she carries herself, she's always at church. She's like
Hmm.
God is her man, all that type of stuff. One of those, right? So I just took it like, okay, she's a very like clean, even though she loves, it says that shit
I'm
poetic,
a
like
lady, but I
shit
mean, I
is
like to
not,
have
that's not even a
fun.
curse word no more. Like, what they say that like on daytime TV. I'm like, wow, they just said that. Oh wow, I love it. So yeah. So let me ask you something, okay? Because you seem
Uh-huh.
like a very seasoned woman. It seemed like you know how
I'm
to get the
very
rent.
seasoned.
See, I just think you know how to get the rent paid if you want to, right? There's a one move that gets the rent paid, isn't it, for you? Okay, good answer. So I was gonna say, you said that when it comes to the lingerie, you just kind of like, or just anything, you just test it out. Like I'm the type of person. What I do is I just show them some rope, and if they say okay, I'm like, great, welcome to Kendra's Pandora's box. That's
I
how.
like rope.
Really, what color is your rope at the house?
I have black.
I do too, sis. Yes.
I can't. I can't.
Shout out to the people out there who ain't got headboards. Like, bro, what point you gonna grow up?
I can't. but who ain't got no headboard these days?
You be surprised, okay? You be surprised. Like, it's some people out here who just don't. It's like the same people out here who don't actually have a real bed set up, like something that bed that can go up high. They want their mattresses on the floor. Like, come on now. Like, why the same people who like God tell me to be quiet because they mama come in the house and these are grown men older than you, like, why, okay? I just don't have that. Goes for another haiku. No headboard in the house.
No
The
headboards.
two mattresses on the floor.
We're gonna
You
put
need to
in the
grow up. There it
atmosphere.
is. There's
Yeah,
my haiku.
we're gonna talk to people who have headboards. So Kendra, tell me, like, where are you? I know you told me before that you're in Atlanta. Is that where you're from?
Born and raised.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're a Southern girl.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm
I'm a Southern girl too.
I'm a whole Georgia peach with a real peach that's turned into a watermelon as I got older, and it didn't come from
Not a
Doctor.
watermelon.
It didn't come from Doctor Atlanta. Came from Doctor God.
Okay. Okay, I can dig it. And you said you want to move to Miami. Why
Yeah,
Miami?
one day I would like to move to Miami because I am about tired of, like, okay, two cities that I can. Well, okay, no, I'll do 3 cities or states: Florida, Texas, California.
Okay.
California, the weather is cool, but at the same time, it's never gonna get to a point where you're gonna be stable. It's freezing in the morning,
That's true.
warm in the afternoon, and freezing at night. And to me, I don't want like living in that. Like, if you want to go outside and be in the clouds of Snoop Dogg, because there are some people's homes where they just do not
It's
allow
not
that.
really freezing though. It's not. I wouldn't say freezing.
Honey, anything below 70 degrees is freezing for me. I don't know. I don't know if
Okay.
I'm anemic because I do eat a lot of vegetables. I have been to the doctor to get my shout out to the people out there who actually go to the doctor. Like, how you be freaky with no primary care physician? Like, I don't like that. Anyway,
I know that's the truth. Let's not for that one.
anyway, but no. So, like I said, with all that being said, I don't know if I'm anemic, but the times I've gone to the doctor to get like a full like blood report and everything else like that, like, it says I'm good. My iron level's high, but like below 70, 65, that's, to me, it's cold, so that's why I want to, like, Texas is cool because Texas is pretty hot, throughout the year. Not really, but Miami, it's hot year around, like, or when it hits December, January, it's like 80 degrees. I love that tropical. And then listen, they got some Cuban zaddies. Let me ask you something. You mentioned about how you want a black man to be with a black woman. Would you be okay with a black woman being with a Hispanic?
I like black relationships
Got you.
and
Got
black
you.
marriages.
So can I like do a poly relationship? Don't disown me because I'm your child now. Like, you adopted me. You just adopted me 5 seconds ago when I said you did. So it can, like, listen, mom, you're my new mom now. Because my let me tell you what happened with my mom today, man. So I got this shirt from Amazon where it's got kind of my Hooters out. My fresh young Hooters that still have life in them. Okay, hers don't. That's why she's mad. So anyway, what happened is
What
that
had happened was
the shirt that I have is like a V-neck, cute little white shirt. Okay, I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you once I've finished washing it. So give me about a few weeks, not a few weeks, like literally like a week from now, maybe tomorrow, and then I will send it to you. Okay, I don't want y'all to think I'm dirty because I'm not. All right, back to the story. But you'll have to remind me. Okay, back to the story. So, like, she's like, "Oh, nah, you need to wear a slip underneath that shirt." And I'm
not
like,
a slip.
underneath the shirt. That's what she
You know
said.
she from Atlanta. She said slip.
And I'm like, my mom's actually from the country, Marvell, Arkansas, the country in Arkansas where those mosquitoes follow you underneath the water and still bite you. Back
God.
to the story. So with that being said, she had an issue with my cleavage. I'm like, well, this is how I'm gonna get the rent paid. But now you're my new mom. So listen, my new mom, I'm gonna do like a little, give me a Cuban zaddy so I can learn some Espanol, and then I'm gonna go find me a black man. But I be trying with these black men, but I be tired of them. So that's why
But
I'm going
that
to the Cubans.
they definitely gonna be in what, Miami?
They're everywhere. You know, Miami's like a whole culture. They have the Haitians. They have I don't know if this is like a racial slur. Is Zoe a bad word? If it is, I'm sorry.
I don't know. Don't look. Don't hold me to that. I don't want to.
You know what? You know, like, can you believe? Let me tell you what happened. Can you believe I found out not too long ago that the word bulldagger is considered offensive to lesbians, but they like the word dyke. Like, bro, dyke sounds worse.
Wait. But I thought both was bad.
No, I thought no, they don't mind the word dyke, but they have an issue with bulldagger, and I'm like, bulldagger sounds nicer than.
But that sounds so old school though.
Yeah, that sounds a lot
Bulldagger.
nicer. Like, you know what studs actually stands for? It stands
Yeah,
for.
I think stud is more like new school.
Yeah. Well, I say stud stands for still titties under that shirt. And here comes another haiku. Carpet munchers alive.
Wait, carpet munchers, that sounds old school too.
Yeah, carpet munchers alive. Be with me only if you pretty. That's not the third one. The third one is small fingers beware. All right, you know, because it'll be such a shame if studs got small fingers, man. That's a shame. They ain't doing their job properly.
I'm scared of that.
Wait, scared of that. Scared of getting
small fingers.
Oh, you know what scares me? People who got a missing tooth, a missing front tooth at that. That's cockeyed, man. How you adult? Oh my god! You know what? I actually asked one dude who I was becoming cool with, like, about his eye, because I felt like it was appropriate at this time, right? Because he kept hitting on me, so I was like, "Bro, tell me about like your eye." And he told me what happened. He was just born that way, and I'm like, okay, you know. I ain't heard from him in a while. I'm not because of that, just because like I was getting bored, you know. Like, keep me entertained. I don't want to. If I'm gonna be looking at your eye, and that's the thing about the eye. Like, which way do you look? Do you look straight?
I cannot.
I once seen a midget, right? Once, and I asked her if it was okay if I call her midget. She's like, yeah. I said, do you like being picked up? Because if she said yes, I would have asked if I could pick her up, and I would have taken a picture with her.
Not pick her up. Come on, Kendra.
She said she laughed at that, and then she's like, not anymore. And I said no. I said okay. I was like thinking in my head, darn. Like, I wanted to pick you up, right? But she left me a tip, so she liked my humor, man. Shout out to the midgets out there, man. But you know, I like little midgets, man.
But I thought they like, now see, midget is offensive.
That's what I thought. I asked her if it was okay. She's like, no, I like that word. It doesn't matter. She says, and then she said that she was in high school. She said that she was in high school. And I'm like thinking, like, bro, white folks like getting old at the age of 10. How old is this lady? You know, but again, I like this woman. She's cool. She laughed at my jokes. I didn't have to yell at her. You know, like when you like, I didn't want to talk quietly because I didn't know she heard me. So I used a louder voice than normal, but not really. Okay. So yeah, here's another haiku. Just a little bit. Very, very thick. Let me pick you up. All right, there's the next haiku. So yeah. But yeah, I don't know, man. They kind of cool, man. Like, they kind of cool. Like, just I want to, but they look like very heavy. Like, I could.
They do stocky.
I could have sworn she was probably like 3. She probably, or dwarf. You can do dwarf or say that. Like, she had to be like 3'5", 150 pounds, man. That's a lot. I don't want to. You know, would have had a back brace on my back.
Not a back brace.
I would have had to slap Ben Gay, but I didn't have to say no homo.
Some icy hot.
Mm-hmm. Which one you like better, Ben Gay or icy hot?
Icy hot. I don't want to smell like no old person.
Okay, got you.
Ben Gay is very old.
Miracle Whip or mayonnaise?
Mayonnaise, always. Okay. Who uses Miracle Whip?
Girth or length? Don't answer that question. I use Miracle Whip. Okay, don't you do that to me. Okay,
you do not.
You want me to take a picture? What's in my refrigerator? You know MTV Crib. You know MTV Cribs where they said let's go. I'm gonna do the MTV Crib edition, like, for my refrigerator. Like, guys, this is what you remember. You know what? I think it was only Redman was the only person who really did not fake it till he made it. He actually real deal. That was how his house was living. Like, that's how he was really living.
But I loved him.
Yeah,
I love me some Redman.
He was real. He's too real. But Yin Yang Twins, let me tell you, I didn't know who he was, but he was one half of the Yin Yang Twins. When I tell you, man, I don't know. I'm like, bro, who's having sex with these people, man? Because like only
Everybody.
bimbos. So he came in the restaurant one day. This was at the airport. At TGI Fridays airport. And he was just sitting here cutting up, acting a fool. Like, you know how people can laugh with you or laugh at you?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody I can tell was laughing at him.
Aww.
Horrible. Like, he literally was acting a fool. He took a chicken wing off somebody's like plate and ate it. And I'm like thinking, I didn't know who he was, but people said that's the guy from the Yin Yang Twins, whatever his name is, the shorter one, but they're both short, I think. But the other one who looks shorter than the other one. So
I wouldn't know how they look if they were standing in front of me. I promise you.
So I wasn't allowed to listen to any of that music growing up, and so I thought the Yin Yang Twins were Chinese rappers. And people would just laugh every time I was telling them that.
I bet you was like the class clown when you was in school.
I was not.
You wasn't?
I tried to be, but like I wasn't popular. I was well known, but I wasn't popular. Like people always thought I was funny. But I never ever tried to.
What was your childhood like?
My childhood was a single parent household. My dad, once my parents divorced, my dad went to go try to live his bachelor life at 60. And I'm like, brother, you're old. Nobody wants you. But anyway, men still think they got it after a certain age. So my dad went to go live his life. And with that being said, my mom, we pretty much started off at riches and we're still at rags, you know? And so with that also being said, I had, a lot of my older set of siblings, they're like 20 years older than me. So they're in their 40s. And they, of course, went on with their life, and so we really were fending for ourselves. And there was like a lot of church, go to church, 3 times out the week. And a lot of depression happened, which is what drove me to do comedy as well. Because, a lot of comedians are depressed. We have a lot of different things that go on in our lives. And we just try to change it into, to make other people happy. If I can make you laugh, then, hey, I did my job. I like looking at teeth, except the ones that look like the New York state line. All right.
Well, okay.
Carry on.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I really just to say that, after high school, went to a community college, which I loved. I was hot commodity. Then I went to then I was hot commodity, but these guys like didn't have cars. I'm like, bro, you're lame. How we all 18 and nobody has a license or a car? Come on now.
I know in Atlanta you need a car.
They thought I was a car. That like my car was their car. So sad. And then what else? I go to a university, Clark Atlanta University, just graduated. And
What did you go to school for?
Community college was an associate's in psychology and mass communications with a minor in mass communications. Clark University was bachelor's in mass communications. The reason I got it at that time was because I was thinking to myself that once I get this, I can just go, and now Ricky Smiley is going to randomly walk and overhear me because I'm a little loud, which you know what the problem with being loud is, like, people gotta put a sock in my mouth if we doing something. I don't like that, man. This ain't soul food. You remember that scene in Soul Food?
Well, I mean, a sock in your mouth is,
I don't like that. Sometimes the socks ain't clean. I'm like, bro, you ain't gonna wash the sock? Stop. But no, let me tell you what happened. Right? So, you know what? No. They had to put a sock and a pillow smother my face.
I mean, my head was somewhere else, but. We're going to take a short break. So don't go nowhere. I don't want you to miss this vibe. Okay.
Mother daughter. Now we can have this is the fun part. Back to the story. So
mass communications at Clark.
I thought Ricky Smiley would hear me, or somebody like would hear, because I'm loud, I'm funny, and I thought somebody would hear me and be like, "You deserve to be on TV. I know someone." And everything else. I thought that's what that meant once you got that degree, but you learn that the American dream happens to 1 or 2% of the college graduate population, right?
Right.
And so for me per se, I it took me, I didn't realize that until like many months prior to graduating, and I'm like, well, it's too late now. So once I graduated, I filled out an application to go to Georgia State out here in Atlanta. And so I will be going in January to be on the road to getting my PhD
Oh,
in
nice.
child psychology. The reason I chose child psychology is because it is a lot of our trauma roots from childhood, and I want to be able to, bring it out. And so
That is true.
if I can be able to help a few like kids, then hey, I'm here. But in the meantime, between time, I have my schedule already set up, okay? Because this is what I want to do. All right. So I want to have my own radio and television show still. All right. So I'm gonna have to pick out some days, like maybe on a Monday through Friday, record like 2 hours out the day, do my TV show, nationally syndicated show. Still that Monday through Friday, do my radio show, record it. They have different slots, like you have a 4 hour slot. So you can still end up doing that. I like writing. I want to be an author. And so with that being said, I can go on a book tour whenever I feel like it. And psychology, I want to open up my own center and probably be there 3 days out the week. And then that other day, I'm just gonna smoke weed all day. Gotta rejuvenate somehow, I guess. I don't know. Or go have
Hey, you gotta do
sex.
what you gotta do.
No, I'm probably just no, because it's like no, I don't want to be like no. I want to go have sex. That's what I'll do. But like that, by that time, I hopefully will have lost my virginity. I don't know.
I see you've been doing a lot of stand up. You have an agent?
Myself, because it's free. Yeah, that's it, man. I'm my own manager.
That's what's up. I
I'm
mean, you
I'm
putting
I'm
yourself
my
out
own
there.
I'm my own ghostwriter right now. I am my own everything. And even once I get like my goal is to never have to pay nobody for nothing.
Right.
Except I gotta pay the bills. But then again, I don't really want to do that. So I mean like there's a way to like not pay nothing in life. I'm still figuring that out without the repo man. Well, I don't have to get
Aren't
repo.
we all?
There's a
Aren't
way.
we
But I
all?
just want to pay the necessary bills, like, food, all that. So yeah. Or I can go to the wilderness and fast for 40 days and nights like Jesus and then come out and then fast another 40 days. And God's be like, Kendra, what's wrong with you? I'm like, because you know how expensive food is? I tried getting some food stamps, but they denied me. They're like, Kendra, you're a
I
billionaire.
know.
I'm like,
We
I'm
are.
like, I'm like, old dirty bastard have food stamp card on
We are still waiting on
MTV.
them cards, them Thanksgiving cards. Where they at?
I'm gonna tell you a quick story. There is a guy who actually broke into the DeKalb County, that's out here in Atlanta, DeKalb County school systems defects area, and he broke in and he actually had hacked the computers and approved everybody to get a bonus and approve people that were waiting on the waiting list, and then somehow he's in prison for what? He did the right thing.
He was doing the Lord's work.
So why do you think God didn't protect him from that? You think God said, I'm out of this? This is wrong? Or why do you think God didn't protect him from that?
You know what?
Because I be asking God a lot of questions, and God be having me on Do Not Disturb most of the
time. You think it's on Do Not Disturb?
I know it is. Let me tell you. Okay, so
or maybe it's just it's not being answered in your timing.
I'm gonna tell you what it is. Okay, so we listen again. We family. I can be open and vulnerable with you. Okay,
definitely.
So me being a comedian, like I said, the depression kicks in when there are things I want and I haven't yet or have not received, or probably will not. I'll give you a prime example: a relationship.
Okay.
Right. So I've never been in a real relationship. I would like to be, but guys don't last with me. Okay. I was gonna tell you what happened earlier today, prior to the connectivity issues. I went to yesterday, the day before, spoke with this girl who actually used to go to the gym that I worked at once upon a time, and we became social media friends. And she told me about her brother. She could put me on with her brother. Now he's like my age gap. I'm five. I want somebody either 5 years older or 5 years younger. I like that because I look at it like this. I'm like, bro, if you like by the time I was born, you left high school. Like at
What is
that
your
point,
what's your age?
25.
Okay.
Okay. So, but I know people like in my age group really ain't mentally there, and then people who are older aren't sometimes mentally there. So it's like it's a juggle. It's crap most
So
of the
you
time.
want someone in the 30 to 35 range.
No, I want someone 20 to 30 range.
20. That's young.
I know, because I'm young. That's what I want. Someone I can grow old with, not somebody who's already old when I'm trying to grow old. Back to the story.
I know, but that's someone who's like real young. That's like not really even on your level.
They could be. Listen, it's a few.
Because women are more mature than
men
most times.
They are. And
not all the time, but most times.
I have come across one guy. A few guys. I've come across a few guys. I had to change it a few. Okay. I just don't remember them all. But I've come across a few guys who had their lives together and they were like in my age group, and they literally, let me tell you something. I had a podcast to write. And I got so I was in heat after listening to this podcast. I had to go beat off. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened, right? So he lives in New York. Okay. And the type of guy I like him to be a hood romantic God-fearing man. Okay, that's not too much to ask, right? No. So he, like I said, he's handsome. Okay, I'm all right. His lips are nice. Okay. He said he doesn't mind pubic hair, and we're like a year apart. And I'm like, come to Atlanta. He's tall. He's like 6'1". I'm like, I'm 5'6". It's beautiful, Yeah, but other than that, like I said, he said that he has his life together, and I could tell we were talking, and I'm like, bro, you really, real deal have your life together. And his way, let me tell you something. His way of actually saying that he wants to give a woman head, he says, "Let me take care of you." We don't know what that means. Like, oh, okay, probably gonna go, don't know what that means, and that's how he just leads them and then picks them up and throws them over the back. I don't know. In my mind, that's how I feel like it does. He didn't get that far. I just fantasized this whole thing, right? But back to the story. What happens is that the things that I want, right? I got a homegirl of mine who literally has had the best of all types of world. She has met millionaires who literally have just given her money just for hanging out with her, maybe like an escort in a way, without ever doing nothing. She has literally she said that she used to work at the strip club as she told me 2 times. One time she worked at the strip club as an actual stripper that was out further away in Georgia. And the second time she worked as a security guard. And she's at the strip club, you can come across anybody and they can pay you or whatever, but she came across T.I.'s cousin who had a liking towards her. She didn't realize that he was married at the time, and of course when she found out, she just went ballistic on him, and she just she's like, I don't play that. And I'm like, I'm proud of you, because some women don't care. But the fact of the matter is, she went to T.I.'s home a few times and kind of was there and hung out with them. And I'm like, okay. I even asked her the other day, I'm like, have you ever got head from 2 people at the same time? She's like, I have. And I'm like, bro, how's that happen? She's had
exactly. How does that happen? I want to know. I'm curious.
She says what you had to do. She says it's not hard to find people like that. You just have to be around like-minded people. She says you can meet them anywhere. You can meet them at work. You can meet them at the club. You can meet them at the grocery store. Like, anything is possible. I think it could have happened for me. I remember I had so much more fun in my whole years when I was younger than I do now. I'm not even in them no more, but I remember there was this one guy who we had exchanged numbers. It was at the gym. We exchanged numbers and we would just talk, with each other a lot. And one day I just came over to wherever he was at the time. I think this was like one of his homeboys' house. He was just babysitting the house. And he had asked me one day, he's like, do you like women? I'm like, It depends on the day. Like at that point, I was very much confused about like who I was. Like I was like, "Ooh, maybe I'm you know how like there's different ways of like discovering your sexuality. Like they have 1,000 different words now. And you're like, bro, y'all make up a new word every month, don't y'all? But anyway, so I didn't know really what I was, right? I just called it whatever. It was a name that seemed like it fit me at that time. And so I remember I said, not really, but kind of. And he's like, okay, well, there's a girl. Maybe we can all do something. He showed me this white girl. And I'm like, bro, like what? Like at the time, I don't even say kill yourself anymore. Like I've changed my vocabulary. But at the time, in my mind, I'm like, bro, kill yourself. Like, look at me and look at her. What is this? This, she looks like uncooked chicken meat. That's what she looks like.
Not uncooked.
Looks terrible. Look terrible. Now, I'm sure I could have. I'm sure I could have, had that happen. But the way that she looked, it just could not go down. It was not. My hoo-ha would have like turned to a Sahara desert. I just know it would have. Okay, back to the story. But she literally has had like head in the air, and then people's like, and they ceilings be too low for me. I'm like, bro, like do something about your ceiling. So
I'm done.
But like all the men that she's been around, they fine men. She gets hollered at by a lot of guys, but she says it's annoying because of the fact that she's been hollered at by multiple guys since she was in middle school. So once you get older, it gets annoying. So with that being said,
what's her age?
She's 29.
Okay.
With that being said, I real deal like the things that she would tell me, how she would, Gucci Mane, she said, came on to her and her homegirl at the time. Future tried to grab her up, but not in that way, but like in a way, but not like in a
Gucci Mane is another one that's married to
But yeah, this was before pre-marriage, but he probably was with like had hoes, but he probably had a main girl at the time. But you know how rappers are, like you have a main girl, but still you got like multiple other women. You know how rapper lifestyle is. So she's like Gucci Mane, Future, all this type, like just like the fact of the matter, like literally, I remember asking God, I'm like, God, why you keep sending me all these ogres to try to be with? She said she's been with men who had money. She's been with real drug dealers that she didn't know was a drug dealer. Why do you watch Country Wayne's skit? A Country Wayne from Instagram. He has Drip Buddy, the old man, and him with his family. Do you watch those skits? Or are you tuned into them?
No, I've watched a few of his skits when he's with his
family.
His lady, the older girl.
Miss Rowe, yes.
Yeah.
So he has a character named Drip. Drip is a drug dealer who he meets a nice pretty girl, and he gets the girl's number. He gives her like a few 20s or so, right? Off rip, right? And I'm like, okay. So I started telling like average everyday men this, and they said, Kendra, that doesn't exist. Okay, that does not exist. I'm like, it's a character. Character is could be based off of a real person. Okay, come on now, it does exist. Y'all just ain't balling. He said, Kendra, that's called an escort. I'm like, well, can someone escort me? Where's the escort line? I don't want to do nothing. Just like I'll be with you for like 2 weeks and I'm gonna go on about my day. Okay, yeah, it's called using you, but you're trying to use me.
But what you looking for, Kendra? Like, what is it that you want?
Want why don't attractive men holler at me? Listen, they be lowering my self-esteem. They think that this is LA and they can shoot for the stars. You shoot your star somewhere else. Like I'm funny. I promise you. But I cannot laugh nobody's paycheck from their hand to my hand. I can't. I'm not that funny. I can laugh people's draws off, but that's not good enough for me. I want a challenge. It's not a challenge.
I think.
You know what I really want? I really want someone to pay me to give me head. I want somebody to pay me to give me head. That's what I want. I actually had like a sugar daddy, but he wasn't like, he didn't give me like, he was whack.
You want them to pay you to give them head.
No. For them to give me headed and then they're paying me.
Okay.
Yeah. Like $300. That's not a lot. It's not a lot. And I you know what somebody told me? They said, Kendra,
I think you should up the price though.
No, and that's what people have told me. They said, Kendra, that's like really low to set your. It is. So like they said, women who are more established, they make men pay them a lot more to do that. And I'm like, well, I know these people's pockets and everything else like that. Like I'm gonna do deposit fee $150 for me to come over there, and then 150 after once I get there. That's it. You know? But I mean, like I said, I tried that before with several men, and they're like, "I'm not paying to do that to you." Okay, that's fine. That's cool. Ain't gonna hurt my feelings. You just broke. Just say that. Like that's the issue I have. Let me tell you. Listen. My newfound mom. That is the issue that I have. Okay, because these guys want to do something to you, but as soon as you mention money, oh, it's an issue. Oh, I can't do it. I'm not doing that. Da, 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 da. I wish I was with you. Yeah, you're right. You'll be with me when you pay me. That's it. I just want a man.
Okay.
Just saying, it's bullcrap.
See, the thing is, you don't have to mention the money.
Well, I let them know up front what time it is, so we ain't wasting each other's time. Let them know I'm a gold digger. That's what I am. Doggone.
But you don't have to mention you being a gold digger. You don't have to be a gold digger. You just have to set your standards.
Okay.
That's it. And they just gonna know. You don't have to mention money. You don't have to say none of that.
How would I be able to set my standard?
This is my standards. I'm not giving this. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? You have to hold yourself to a higher standard for a man. And a man will know that he can't come to you unless he's correct. You feel me? And that's it, really.
Okay. Well, listen, just like, let me ask you something. Do you think, like, what's the reason why, like, you know how they say, you know, God will give you the desires of your hearts, but at the same time, he's a sovereign Lord. Why can't I get a kingpin to try to holler at me? A real drug dealer. Not the weed men. They don't care. They make $7.25 an hour.
So you really want a drug dealer?
But the ones that I don't know is a drug dealer. Like, literally, they like I don't know that they're ones. Okay, like I literally it's like the gingerbread man, how they would drop crumbs. I want you to drop crumbs of you do, you know, a drug dealer. I'm gonna tell you how I want you to drop crumbs. Okay. So if I say something like, oh, he's like, hey, what are you up to today? I'm like, I'm about to go get my feet done. Oh, okay, well, how much it costs, man? They done up this $30. Oh, okay. What you got still got the same cash app? Yeah. Then he sends me 300. Or wait, they cash app probably disabled. Zelle, he'll Zelle me from somebody's phone. That's it, or his other phone. That, you know, because they got like 2 or 3 phones, right? That would be nice. Send me 300, like stuff like that. Like I said, Drip's character, Country Ryan Drip. He says, "Let's go get something to eat." That's how he talks. Like, you know, like, I want to go eat some food. I'll be hungry.
See, I can't give you advice on that because
I'm saying, like, how do I get a real drug dealer, the one that doesn't let me know that he's a drug dealer? Like, how do I get that?
Because I don't want to have to look over my shoulder.
But you don't know that they're doing that. Like, they don't tell you until, like, you don't realize it
until you already invested.
Yeah, that's the type of drug dealer I like. You know how many people be like, "Hey, unplug." I'm like, bro, I'm the feds. What are you doing? Now you locked
until
up.
It's too late. Now y'all in a whole relationship.
Oh my God.
I'm good. I don't want to live that type of life. That's too dangerous for you.
No. It's not about living that life. Like, okay, have spoken to a lot of women, and a lot of them have said, and I think it's gonna be my last point because I gotta go do some comedy. I've come across a lot of women, and they have said that they have dated drug dealers and they have dated street dudes. I have dated none, and I asked God, like, you know, whatever.
I mean, I have. Don't get me wrong.
See, that's what I'm saying. This is bullcrap. You have just proved my point again.
I have. But I'm not going to say that I was proud of it.
That's what I'm saying, man. How does this keep happening to y'all? This never happens to me.
I don't like that life.
Listen, all I'm saying is, it says in Mark 11, verse 24, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you receive and you shall have it, okay? I've asked for that.
Okay, so why are you asking God to send you a kingpin? Please.
Because everyone else has it and I haven't received it yet. Not everybody else. Kingpins are only
God
limited.
Just to send you a king, not the whole king.
Listen, listen. Okay, what about? Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. I haven't received that yet. That's what I'm saying. The things that I want, the street dude, you know, a real hood dude, haven't received that yet. They don't come up to me and try to holler at me. They don't.
I think they do. You probably be missing it.
No, now that I'm accepting everybody, talk to me in my DM. Okay.
Do guys be hitting you in your DM?
Yeah, more on Facebook could be a lot of inmates. I'm like, wow, they just give everybody a phone in here, don't they?
Everybody. I swear. All the inmates.
I'm like, jail is just fun. Jail is just fun.
Be having phones.
All right, this was fun. I appreciate it. I need to go do a 5-minute comedy set and come out smell like a pound of loud and cigarettes. I'm like, wait, they don't even smoke cigarettes now. It'd be Black and Miles, I think.
This was definitely fun, Kyndra. Thank you so much for blessing me, and that shit was poetic. I appreciate your time.
I appreciate it. All right.
Decide to be happy, and you're halfway there in my mind.
I am happy. All right. I'm about
now
to live a dangerous life.
That's a quote. That's a quote.
Oh.
That's a quote.
It's from a book. Shoot. Okay.
It's from a book. It's called 1,000 Paths to Happiness from David Barrett. Thanks for tuning in to That Shit Was Poetic. I appreciate you so much. Thanks for rocking with me each and every Friday. If I don't put out a new episode, don't worry. Your girl has got your back. I will be coming back soon with a new episode, so don't fret. You can stream us on Spotify, Google Play, or wherever you stream your podcast. If you would like to be featured on That Shit Was Poetic, DM me on Instagram at thatshitwaspoetic or email thatshitwaspoetic@gmail.com to be featured. It's your girl, Nikki.